guys, with this one right here, we done got MaliStrip, Rondo Montana, Word Up Device, Rondo Montana, MaliStrip, and just with this one right here coming into the whole music video, with Word of Device and everything else, and just with the Rondo Montana and MaliStrip, But before we get into this though, most definitely, get us one a like and everything else, and make sure you guys definitely tune in. Make sure you guys definitely subscribe and everything else. So most definitely hit all those buttons. But you just got what Word of Device and Rondo Montana with List Strip and just what this whole this whole this whole free stream. But you got what Molly Strip and Rondo Montana, Word of Device, and this whole Stay Strong.
Gang, gang, fucking motherfucking gang.
Trap baby.
Ha! LTS, niggas know what time it is. Aye, aye, aye. Uh-huh. Yes, 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 yes. It's that time. Rudeness and all of that. Word of advice, don't let like, cause you might get pat like him. Some got shot when I slap my ting, they rise up, waps on a half-heart ting. His life is a block, even taken, I would go but vacant. Got shot in his van, just big. Rudeness and all of that. Word of advice, don't let like, cause you might get pat like him. Some got shot when I slap my ting, they rise up, waps on a half-heart ting. His life is a block, even taken, I would go but vacant. Got shot in his van, just baking, cool. Tryna slide.
Whole thing, like the way he just said, the way it just packs in, just the way the person got and texted and everything else. Like they say, you got to play it cool and everything else, how everything else is, especially how everything else is, coding nowadays, because it's like coding nowadays. You got to really, take precautions, take precautions no matter what it is, whatever it is, on those sets. Like he said, how the whole thing comes and how everything else comes, even with the device, like some of the devices, you actually got to take and embrace in these and take the whole concussions and see these whole braids because it comes in with a whole skit, like, just a skit, like they say, catch the boy lacking, that's another and like sconic low, like that's another organic score. Like you scoring for the next one. Like coming from those whole behind of those, them behind those little, especially those narcissism targets and everything else, and those narcissists.
Word of advice, don't let like, cause you might get pat like him. Some got shot when I slap my ting, they rise up, waps on a half-heart ting. His life is a block, even taken, I would go but vacant. Got shot in his van, just baking, cool. Tryna slide and shave him. How's man tryna talk on the L like the L didn't make my man's world? Doctors couldn't save my man's soul, try to fight for his life but didn't prevail. If bro's too busy and can't ride out, just give me the ting and I'll go slide round. Well, I got in my pouch, you don't wanna find out right now. Bow, leave a man slammed out. That day I heard talking my name straight, I went round there, no face. I told my bitch I don't care if it's family, I'm still gonna feed. You be my I got in my pouch, you don't wanna find out right now. Bow, leave a man slammed out. That day I heard talking my name straight, I went round there, no face. I told my bitch I don't care if it's family, I'm still gonna feed. You be my blade. If I scream don't run, start running away, you're insane.
It gets dang, it gets most calivis. Hey, the way it just calivis and everything else. Like he said, it don't matter. It don't matter what it is, what side it is. It's still gonna get, fameless, dangerous. Everything you can, everything you can really approach towards it. Like anything that can go across it, hey, just put it towards it. Like especially a lot of these lyrics. A lot of these lyrics is most sustainable. Like these be coming from all type of routes, different concerns, different, liberties and the whole thing, the way these things be, you know, clissamine, clissamine and everything else, you gotta clissamine for system mind, like the way these things is just where they just take a the chance of a thing, especially the risk too, like the risk that come behind behalf of most of all these trips. It's like you gotta really see what actually comes, behind the risk and the sacrifices and all these little loops.
If you dare try stay, how many man try to add that K until they saw me on their block with a gauge? I bet you didn't know that the rat or got left to get caught and packed. His brethren drove and did not look back, and now his sister gets fucked by gangs. I bet you didn't know that the rat or got left to get caught and packed. His brethren drove and did not look back, and now his sister gets fucked by gangs. Word of advice, don't let like you might get packed like him. Some got shot when I slapped my ting. They rise up, wax on a half-heart thing. His life is a block.
Oh, they rise their thing. I don't hide my hey. They rise their thing. You know, as he said, I don't hide my face. Oh, like just the whole thing coming into it. Like they didn't rise the thing. They didn't put the thing in the whole thing. Just the main profits. They rise up, wax on a half-heart thing. His life is a block. Him and here, cause I was going to bacon. Got shot in his van, just faking. Gonna slide and shake him. Word of advice, don't let like, cause you might get packed like him. Some got shot when I slap my ting. They rise up, waps on a half-heart thing. Whose life is a block, even taken? I would go vacant. Got shot in his van, just baking. Tryna slide and shaved him. I'll call it on me if I say man's live. Sweet one with the slightest waist, was a Gucci 8, but that shit's too risky. I told her, take that shit to the man, just chop that. Insert, now the blood on my knife. Try run, I'll sweat man's legs, no lazy. Too risky, I told her, take that shit to the man, just chop that. Insert, now the blood on my knife. Try run, I'll sweat man's legs, no lazy. Ooh, that one, hey, that one, something surgically. Hey, surgically. Ooh, hey, you know, you got the whole bliss. Like, hey, you know, they didn't check it in scorch. Like, hey, like that one right there, how that just condensed in. Like, hey, they put a little bit of a skiffle to it, you know. Like just the way it skiffles and everything else. I like those skiffles, you know. You be having all type of, you know, different laboratories and strategies to it. Like the way that the whole thing be hitting, like, hey, you know, this is one of those ones, the way it just scraffles and everything else. My demon time. Your boy got no get back, except that, not us, no way. When we lost DJ, we was up on that block the very same day. I've done it late night, I've done it broad day. I've done it in the sun, I've done it in the rain. Some got burnt and some got shaved. Some still alive and some's in the ground. Word of advice, don't let like, cause you might get packed like him. Some got shot when I slap my ting. They rise up, waps on a half-heart thing. Whose life is a block even taken? I would go but vacant. Got shot in his van, just baking. Tryna slide and shaved him. Word of advice, don't let like, cause you might get packed like him. Some got shot when I slap my ting. They rise up, waps on a half-heart thing. Whose life is a block even taken? I would go but vacant. Got shot in his van, just baking. Tryna slide and shaved him. Fucking king. Coming into this one right here though, Word of the Vice. Hey, but shout out to Pac-Man TV, you know, and the whole thing, and then just RondoMontana. Just with the whole thing coming into this one right here, especially the Word of the Vice, like, hey, just the Word of the Vice and the way the whole thing was coming in already, like, you know, they had a little bit of scribble mimbles in it, you know, a little scribble mimbles where, you know, you got to put a little of a scribble mimble to it. And, you know, just a little bit of that sonic, you know, a little bit of that sonic symbols too, you know, sonic lyrics and the sonic, you know, to beats, you know, those to beats. But, you know, with this whole thing coming into it, especially with MaliStrip, RondoMontana, because, you know, I haven't heard from RondoMontana in a minute, you know, especially with the MaliStrips, like, I haven't really heard nothing from it. So, you know, this one actually really came into it, one of these type of events, you know, with the whole thing. But Word of the Vice and everything else, you know, coming into the whole constressals, you know, and everything else. But most definitely check this one out. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and everything else. But you just got just with this one coming into it, the whole, you know, just the whole thing. But just with this one,